What's going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of the Dual Hemisphere Hangout. I'm one of your hosts, Luke, and join with me each and every week, my lovely co-host, Jake. Jake, say hello to the people, my man.
Howdy, everyone. How are we doing? How are we doing? It's going to be another cracker of an episode. It's going to be
Oh, it
another
is going to
cracker.
be. It's gonna be. Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, I mean this episode, guys, honestly, this is kind of like a throwback to one of our earlier episodes where we created our own Pokemon game. That idea spawned off of this original idea that I got. I guess I should give credit, but it was like it's from a podcast from the kind of funny games. They did like a create your own open world RPG. We said, you know what? While we do enjoy our open world RPGs from time to time, we're just gonna use this and just create a basic video game. We got about five prompts today. Not five prompts, but five parts of a video game, and we're going to talk about what game that we want to build and just really just kind of just dive in and create our own dream game. After done, we'll talk about it, see which game we want to play. And then you guys in the comments can let us know whose game was better. I think last time my Pokemon game took it just by a smidge, just by
It
a
did.
smidge. So
You nailed
maybe
it because you saved the best till last, and I was there putting all the
exactly.
big hitters at the top columns, and then at the end, my main storyline had just fallen apart.
All I remember from that one is your gimmick was Mantine Surf, or mini game was Mantine
I
Surf.
don't know. That was the best bit.
I'm not saying it was bad. I just that was like the takeaway. It's like Mantine Surf. Wait, and I'm like, oh my god, wasn't even thinking about that. But yeah, guys, as you can see here, actually, Jake, go ahead and just explain what's going on right here.
Cool. So I did a quick Google, and I was like, what are the main components of a video game? And then Google did what it did best and give me all the wrong answers. So I've done it myself.
Oh, Google and their
uh,
interactive AI, you gotta love them.
oh God, it's just a mess. So I've gone with the top, like, overarching category is the world. This can be
Okay.
like the generic place where you run around, whether it be 2D platformer or, like you said, open world traversal. We've got the generic like storyline. It's not going to be like
Mhm.
following that type of storyline, but we'll do like a style of storyline. Maybe like it's a linear one, or it's very side questy, or if you could
Yeah.
pick a specific game that you would love to see the storyline in your world, then that's
Mhm.
fine. Um, we've gone with characters. We could, again, it's very open. We can go for type of characters. Do you want like a vast array of NPCs? Do you want it very directed? Is it maybe just a single player game where no one speaks and it's all non-verbal? Um, Music is a big one. I think this one we should really pick music from a specific game if you can, if you want like a similar OST. And then art style, because I think art style is a very divided opinion at the moment in video games, and I think it would be good to talk about.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. I think those are amazing five categories, Jake. And I think before we even dive into this, I think one of the cool things we can talk about really quickly is while we are creating our own like perfect game that we would want to play. When you think about a game specifically, Jake, I think you hit it right nail on the head with these five categories. Out of these five categories, before we hit in, what do you feel is the most important aspect to a game?
Ooh. Um, I'm a big storyline fan. Like
Okay.
I play a lot of single player story based games. Like I'm not a big, like, I don't nitpick on worlds. Like, if it's in the
Yeah.
future, is it in the past? Is it completely fantasy? That doesn't bother me. The characters don't seem to bother me as well. I know a lot of people get really hung up on characters. I don't really. Music is a big one though, but it's
Yeah.
you don't know until you play the game. Like, you don't know if that OST is going to be good. And then art style again. I don't think there's many art styles that I lean away from.
Yeah.
Like, it all merges into one for me. It's pretty. So I would say storyline for sure.
Yeah, I'd honestly hard agree with you on that one. I think for me, it's one and two storyline and then characters because I think they go hand in hand for me. Like if you got a good storyline, you got to have good characters because you could have the coolest storyline in the entire world, but if the surrounding cast isn't up to par, I feel like the overall story itself does fall flat. But yeah, totally agree with you. But besides that, all right, let's hop into it. So, Jake, we've got world first. And since you did such a great job of explaining, I'll let you go ahead and go with the
Throw me in
world. So
straight
go ahead.
away.
Yeah,
So
throwing you
there are
in.
some big ones for me that I would think like, I would love to like put my dream video game in. I guess um, a short. I suppose we should go through the ones that probably don't make the cut. Fallout, Fallout 3 to
Okay.
be specific. The
Okay.
post-apocalyptic era, amazing open world game. I loved exploring, even though it's very muted in its tones. Like it's very grey and very like dull. But that's the vibe of the game, right? There are some areas where there's like bright lights and big fun random amounts of stuff. But I don't think that's going to make the cut. And then I'm trying to think of, like, another story game. There was one in my head that's just completely escaped me. Um, what was it? Oh, Borderlands. Borderlands is
Okay.
another one of those where it's, like, open world, very lush jungle, rash desert, open type, but I'm gonna go with, what I think is a little bit of a sleeper pick. Um, I'm gonna go with, like, Hyrule. It's gonna be a similar, like, Hyrule
Okay.
type area. I'm gonna go with, like, Hyrule Tears of the Kingdom. That, like,
Okay.
world for me has it all. It has the forest, it has the grass, it has caves, like, especially with, Tears of the Kingdom, you've got all the underground as well.
Yep.
So
And the
I'm gonna
above
go
ground as
with,
well.
Hyrule. Once I learn that we can't type on black, we need to oops, we need to have
Oh,
white font. So
hey.
Hyrule. Uh Tears of the Kingdom, to be specific. Um, that for me, for a world, is definitely the one of the best, if not the best, I've ever played.
Mhm.
I guarantee you'll probably have something different. There are a lot of cinematic stuff. Like I'm cutting out like Ghost of Tsushima. I'm cutting out Uncharted. I'm cut like if
Yeah,
there is,
you are.
yeah,
You're doing a disservice to some
I
games,
am
but
literally
you're not.
like I've just thought of it. Then I was like, oh my god, I've kind of ruined everything.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you ruined. I think I was like, I honestly, when you're thinking about like a world, I think you hit it nail on the head. Like Hyrule has so much to offer, specifically in the Breath of the Wild verse. I guess now specifically talking with Tears of the Kingdom, Hyrule itself is its own freaking place, which is really really neat. Then you have the underground part, which is like a whole nother little area as well. And then you have the
Oh, they have the
sky
Sky Coast
area
as
as
well.
well at
Yeah,
the very
it's all
top, which
three
is like
dimension.
super. Yeah, it's super cool, and like you said, Hyrule and everything's got a little bit of everything. You know, they got a snowy area, they've got a grassy area, they got a hot area with like lava, you know, stuff like that. So I think like if you're looking for setting a game in a world specifically, you want to have a little bit of everything. Like when you mentioned Borderlands, I haven't played Borderlands, but when I think of Borderlands specifically, and I guess Fallout 3, I just think of like desert wasteland, and like while that's super cool and you like that's a cool area, as a gamer I want to be able to explore different aspects of certain worlds, and having different ecosystems specifically is super cool, which is exactly why I think you did a good job with that one, I will
Yeah,
say.
nice. And now you're gonna school me because your game library is massive.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So for me, it's interesting. So for like the world, I think about like kind of like I'm thinking like on your turn. I want a world that has everything in it, and there's just so many like cool games that have a little bit of everything. Like my first mind goes to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Like that's I'm not picking that one, but that's where my mind goes to. Like it's England. It's got a little bit of everything. He's got all these ecological systems, cool cities and towns, areas as well. I was thinking about Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom as well. You know, a little bit of everything. There's so much to do in that world. And a little part of me almost was like, let's go ahead and just pick, you know, like a Pokemon region. Let's go ahead and pick Sinnoh,
Ooh,
like as an area. You know, kind of having a little bit of everything as well, right? Like that's what I'm looking for in the game. But if I were to pick a specific world that I would really want my game to be in, it is literally just the world of Final Fantasy VII. Like
okay.
it literally is that world, the entire continent. Like it's got everything there is to it. Specifically, seeing it in a new coat of paint, being able to play the remake of Final Fantasy VII, and being in the city of Midgar. and seeing these crazy upscaled cities to the slums to like a cool little casino area to going to Rebirth and seeing the vastness of the open world and the ecological system. It's just like they got the desert, they have the swamp area, they have like a more rocky terrainy area. Like they've got a beach of resort area. They have like a whole area called the Golden Saucer, which is like a giant amusement park area. Like
Oh, wow.
they got literally everything specifically that in that. And then when you go to the tail end of Final Fantasy 7, they got everything as well. So that world itself is super impressive, and I think along with just the storyline of Final Fantasy 7 and obviously the character. Like I literally could my perfect game is like Final Fantasy 7 because I absolutely
It's just Final
love that
Fantasy
world.
7 every
Like,
single.
it's like that. I love that world and game, but like that world itself it's like part of that world is what sucks you in and makes you really enjoy that game as well. And being able to see with a fresh coat of paint over the past couple of years with the remakes they've done, it's like I can't think of a more fun world to spend time in, and a world that I would, to this day, am looking forward to explore even more.
That's cool. That's cool. Now, do you wanna take storyline first? Do we wanna go in a
Yeah,
snake draft? We'll go in
yeah,
a
we'll go
snake
snake
draft
draft.
path.
We'll go snake draft. Yeah, so storyline. So yeah, for me, a storyline, we've got to have a little bit of everything, right? So I'm thinking like some of my favorite storylines in games always have a, like a not a super convoluted plot, but a very plot that you can kind of follow point A to point B to point C. But then you think you're at point D, and it turns out you got to go to point E and F first.
Yep.
Because there's like a little swerve right near the end. And so kind of like thinking about that per se, I really enjoy. Oh, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of like I think it's going to be interesting to say this, but I think I want a storyline. Um, give
Because
me
I
Red Dead Redemption 2. Like that is
Oh, I knew
that's a
it would come
storyline.
somewhere.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, man. When I think of like amazing storylines in games, that I feel like people talk about the Red Dead storyline, but it's such a cool storyline to really see this guy who honestly starts off as a really bad guy, right? Like this is kind of like a character redemption arc, like of a story, right? They are redeeming themselves for all the misdeeds that they've done, right? And so for me, like I want a storyline that's going through the highs and the lows, and then ultimately when it does end in the storyline, it's kind of like the main character's coming to terms with his action. And spoiler alerts for Red Dead, do not like skip 5 minutes ahead, but Arthur at the end of the game does die. But he's happy with the way everything ended because it ended on his terms, and he got to correct the errors of his past. And I feel like that's kind of like what I look at as in a storyline where I want to explore a story where you go to the highs and lows of correcting everything that went wrong to the point where like, oh man, he's like they like we're redeeming ourselves, we're great, and then like, oh no, I'm about to die. Like I'm going to like this only ends one way, but you're still along for the ride the entire way, and it ends up being a beautiful full circle storyline moment. And I think Red Dead Redemption 2 really just hit the nail on the head
I
on
don't think there
great
is a better
storyline.
story than that, to be honest. Like, is
It's
there?
really good.
I don't think there is. Um,
I mean, I think it's up to debate. I think people would argue with you like people would argue like God of War, people would argue the Uncharted series storylines. I mean, I feel like people would can you can argue so many storylines in general, but I think specifically Red Dead just from point A to point B, you get a full, complete story in about 35 minutes where you really feel invested in what's going on. Like I remember specifically playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and enjoying the world like for like the first couple like chapters or so and so, like, okay, this is the world. But when things shit started getting real, like I was like, I need to know how the story ends. I just need to know. I care about this storyline. Like fuck enjoying the town of Saint Denis and robbing some banks. I'm like, I gotta know what's going on with Arthur and the gang. Like, I need to know. So,
cool. No, I like it. I think for my storyline, this is where I think the single player linear storylines get a bit trumped by, like you say, the open worlds. You've got the Elden Rings, you've got the Red Dead Redemptions, even GTA. Like GTA has
Mhm.
a fairly decent storyline behind it. It's not just about
G
going around and ruining everyone's life.
I was thinking GTA 5 for a little bit, and then I came
Yeah.
on Red Dead.
I mean, San Andreas. I mean, look at the plot twist in San
Yeah,
Andreas when all your friend, like
yeah, for
Biggie
sure.
dies. It's like, oh my god,
Mhm.
no. But there are certain things where I think there's Undertale, which is obviously a masterpiece in terms of storytelling. There's also is it Halfbound, which is what Pirate Software's made, which is a really good like story based like RPG type style. I think I'm torn because I don't want to go Nintendo all the time because I'm leaning towards Legends Arceus. Like I like that storyline of being placed and just go. Like that you create your own story. Here's the book, go fill the book, do whatever you want. But I also really like the storyline of Tomb Raider. Um
Yeah.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider, where it's like you're coming back, she's finding about her past and her dad, and then you've got the whole Mayan storyline behind it, and you're finding all these artifacts, but then you've still got Lara Croft's story behind her. Ah, this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough one because it kind of sets out what the game's going to be like. But you know what? I think I'm going to go with Elden Ring. I'm gonna lock in Elden Ring.
Okay.
Elden Ring. The reason why I'm going for Elden Ring is because I don't like storylines. Well, I think it's better when storylines don't lock you in terms of why is this not going where I want it to go? There we go. Um, I like being just given a script and saying you create your own storyline. There's no linearity to it. As much as I do like being babysitted through a storyline, like especially like it takes two. That
Yeah.
what that was amazing, and that is literally just platformer levels all the way through. That's
Yeah.
there is no deviation. This is how we're going to tell the story, and that is it. But I do like being able to like go to different areas and get battered because I'm not supposed to be there. But the storyline will still progress if I do make it, and I'm rewarded for that. So yeah, I'm gonna lock in Elden Ring on mine. I really like that. Going into
Okay.
characters, this is a toughie because I mean you could kind of just take the cop out answer and go Kingdom Hearts. It's got everyone in it.
You could. You
I
could.
mean, who doesn't like Mickey? Um,
But what's the storyline you're gonna what is how are the
how
characters
is
gonna
Mickey?
fit in your world?
How
You
is
know?
Mickey gonna fit? And you know what? If I gave you Hyrule, right, with a load of big bosses, and your job is to become the renowned king that Mickey once was, and then he got dethroned, and he comes back swinging with a big blade.
It's like a dark lore fantasy of Mickey Mouse's redemption. And instead of killing big bosses, he's just killing all the heartless in Kingdom Hearts. That's crazy. That's
See, it could work. I've made the
it could.
perfect game. Who's telling me
There
that
you
I'm
go.
not doing that? For characters, though, I feel like the setting my game is taking, I need some serious characters. I need someone who's going to like not be a comedian. And I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of games that I've played through, and I'm thinking around the lines of what's that? What's that? Sekiro.
Okay.
The back end characters of Sekiro, you've got get the name of the child king that you're born to protect. But there's a lot of characters in Sekiro that aren't big like monsters, and I really do like that. But then I've already picked like From Software. We've already gone Elden Ring, so I'm gonna go with the characters of. Do I just throw Pokemon in here? Do I just throw like Scarlet and Violet and it's a bunch of school kids?
The storyline is your the storyline of Elden Ring of defeating monsters to become the king but instead of monsters, they're Pokemon.
I
I
mean,
mean, they're
I'd
it's
play it.
basically it's basically your totem Pokemon that you love so much in Sun and Moon at this
Sun
point.
and
Or
Moon. I'm
the
throwing the Rotom phone in there. Now this one's a really tough one. I'm not sure what I want. I'm really not sure of what I want. I'm skimming through the games in my head that I've played that could like potentially live up to this, and I don't. I've created an infinite portal of where I can't put anything in there. What? I might have to come. Give me a skip. Give me a skip, Luke. And then can
Okay,
you
I'll give you
take
a skip.
yours? I'm
Yeah,
gonna. I need to think
I was like, I was hoping you were gonna stall for a bit, and I'm like, all
because
right, I can
you're
think this
stuck
through
now
a
as
little
well.
bit more.
This
I
is
don't know if
tougher
I'm
than it
necess-
looks.
I don't know if I'm necessarily stoked, but I'm like, I mean, stuck. I think I'm just like kind of thinking like, how is do I want my game to play, right? So like, I'm thinking, okay, cool. I got the world of Final Fantasy VII. Like, we're being able to go anywhere we want. Like, we can go to the beaches and have a good time. After our storyline of us, we've robbed some people, did some bad things in our past. So for characters, I'm thinking like what I'm thinking of like a main cast of characters where like the main guy you're playing as is kind of like a rougher guy who's gone through like who's got a little bit of a darker past, but is trying to do better. Like that's what I'm trying to think of. So it sucks that I already picked Final Fantasy 7 because that's literally Cloud Strife to a freaking T. I just made an ultimate Final Fantasy 7 game right here. That's crazy. Let's see here. I think you know what? Give me the characters from Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh, okay.
Give me Ezio. Give me Ezio surrounded by all these it's kind of the redemption. Like maybe this time, Ezio is redeeming himself. Like he's found the past that his father, was an assassin and he's trying to redeem like his family. And so now he's around a bunch of other different characters. So this is cool because these are historical characters. So you got like Da Vinci in there. Like Da Vinci's the fun little goofy guy who's always along for the ride, and then you got your Machiavellis, and then you got your, you're gonna have to kill the Pope at some point, and so like and I just when I look back on Assassin's Creed 2, like obviously Ezio is my one of my favorite like characters of all time, um, and I think it would be really cool to kind of see like characters of Assassin's Creed in like a really Assassin's Creed 2 being kind of placed in like an open world type, like a Valhalla or a Shadows, where there's a lot of environments around. I think that'd be really cool, and I think the storyline, I think it fits Ezio, like because I think Ezio can be a person that who definitely maybe did some things in his past. Maybe this takes place a couple, you know, years down the line because he's killed a lot of people and he's trying to. This is, I think, this would be the perfect time for Ezio. Like this is like after the events of like Assassin's Creed 2 Revelations, where he's like done. Like he accomplished his mission, and now he's going on an adventure to kind of redeem for all the lives he's took and stuff like that. I can vibe with that.
Has Assassin's Creed
I
ever
think that
touched on like the cowboy era? Like, has it ever been in
abs-
that era?
never.
I probably well, they probably won't touch it because of Red Dead, right? I
I
think
mean,
it's
they
I think
probably.
it's a
I
protected
mean,
title.
I, I mean, they probably would, but it would be compared to Red Dead, so probably not.
Yeah, it's
like,
already like that's stomped now. We're
I
stuck.
mean, I wouldn't put it past Ubisoft because they like losing money. So I mean, who knows? All right,
Um,
Jake, you've had enough
you've bought me
time. We're
time.
going back to
You've bought me
you.
time. You've bought me time. I just while you were talking, I had a quick scroll through my game list to see.
Oh, you cheated.
I cheated. I definitely cheated. Um, and you mentioned it earlier, so I've just looked. I was like, oh, Metro Exodus is a good one.
Okay.
Post-apocalyptic. You've got a lot of people wanting to like hide underground with guns and stuff, but I didn't like the idea of guns. So we're going with Kratos. We're going with God of War. Um,
Okay.
uh,
God, it fits though. It fits for sure.
it, and I'm just going with the original. I
Good
don't
old
want
boy.
the Ragnarok. I don't want Atreus there. I just want it to be
Okay.
good old Kratos running around, building, yeah, dual wielding axe. Although Ragnarok had really good story and had other characters in it, I feel like God of War, just the OG with the serpent snake is
I feel like
it's
that.
perfect for this.
Yeah, I feel like it does. It is perfect because you think about it. Like I'm thinking God of War for you. I'm like you got Kratos, and then you got all the gods you have to defeat, right? And those are
Yeah.
like your bosses in Elden Ring, right? And you got your little minions, like, and I mean, I mean, you're in Hyrule, so you got the underground, which is hell. So basically, like, I mean, damn, you, you,
Can you
you
imagine
got
if
hell and
Kratos could
heaven.
fly? I mean,
Yeah,
technically,
exactly.
in the story of that in Spartan, you've got Icarus, so like it's not far from
Yeah,
the mythos of God of
yeah,
War, the original. It's not
yeah,
Norse, which is
yeah.
and
No,
it's a
for sure.
perfect era in time that I really like. Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Now I have music. This is one that
Okay, go ahead.
I've got it nailed on. So if you need time, I can give you time.
Oh, you're good. You can talk about music all you want. I've got my music already in my head, but like, go ahead.
So this one is a brand new game, and it released like a week, 2 week ago. Do you know what I'm gonna put?
Is it is it Claire? Yeah, Expedition 13 or 33.
Expedition 33.
Claire Obscure.
I
Yeah, Claire Obscure.
I
Have
have
you played this
never
game?
no, I
Oh.
have been watching it. I've been watching it.
Okay.
Um, um, I really want to play it, but at the
Me
moment,
too.
I haven't got time to invest in that, so I'm watching someone play it. The the soundtrack on this game is the best soundtrack I have heard on a game since God when. I want to say like Pokemon Emerald. Like
Oh shit.
because like Pokemon OSTs are like the chef's kiss.
Yeah,
You
top
you
tier.
you could
Yeah.
put that in the back and just listen. I can listen to the Pokemon Center for hours, and I have done because I've played Radical Red. And you sit there in the Pokemon Center building your team, and it's I have listened to
Mhm.
that for hours on end. But Expedition 33, watching these streams, it's the way it goes from like dramatic, cinematic, big boss, really like low orchestral music to then halfway through you'll change area and it just brings out a saxophone and it's just like and it's turned into like almost like Mario-esque as you're trying to do like
Okay.
jump puzzles. It's got such a wide array of music, and the fact that it's all played live on an orchestra is even better. And they've suited it perfectly to the era. It's art and crafts era. It's French Renaissance. It's all the because if you play it with the instruments that were there at the time, you're going to get the sound of the time. And I think the was it the sound designer or is it the sound creator, the music dude, was just picked off SoundCloud. This is just
Oh yeah.
he's just a composer that was off SoundCloud, and he has created
Wow.
probably one of the best OSTs. It's one thing that I would probably buy this OST. Like I've I've not really gone out and bought
Damn, that's some
OSTs
high
before.
praise.
I would buy this
That's high
for
praise right
sure.
there.
What
I
about
know
yours, Luke
nothing.
boy? You know nothing?
I was gonna say like I know about Expedition 33. I am a big RPG JRPG lover, so this is already right up my alley for gameplay. But I have not seen a single clip. I have not heard any music. I'm literally saving it for myself on a rainy day. I'll go get
I
Game
think
Pass for ten
you can listen
dollars.
to the music without getting spoiled because they're uploading it on their YouTube channel.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
So you could just watch the orchestra play
Yeah,
it. So
I heard a whole review about it. I know how the game plays. I have not seen a single like gameplay element of this game. And I'm just like, this game sounds great. You
it's
telling
going to
me
be
the
game of the
music
year.
is great.
It's going to be
I
game of
love
the year
it. So
by far.
I can
Like
already tell. Let's go.
it's like
Let's go.
you know
I'm
when
excited.
you just play one game and it's just like this is it. It was a
Yeah.
similar when Elden Ring came out. Like Elden Ring came out
Yeah.
and everyone just knew. It was within like an hour.
Okay.
This is game of the year. And
I
then
know. It would. Yeah.
Expedition 33 has the same. The
Yeah.
intro. Once you play the intro, it's like, yeah, this is game of the year. I don't care what happens
That's
after this.
crazy.
It's game of the year.
Thank God GTA 6 got delayed.
You're not wrong.
Alrighty. Yeah, I know. All right, so music. So I know it's kind of funny because I like the world of Final Fantasy VII. It's like, all right, the music is so awesome in Final Fantasy VII specifically. But you know what else has a lot of Final Fantasy influence in it? It's a lovely game called Kingdom Hearts. Hearts.
Yeah,
And I am
I
taking the
knew
music from
I
Kingdom
knew it was
Hearts
coming.
because it just fits like the world really well. Like
It
Kingdom
does.
Hearts is like, I mean, it's basically, yes, you're in Disney worlds, but the orchestra stuff, like it has different areas. So when you're exploring the fun world of Final Fantasy VII, you can have your deep, darker pits when things get serious. Because when shit gets serious in Kingdom Hearts, the music takes a low, like the organs come out and it's like shit's about to go down.
Davy Jones's
Um,
locker.
and then and then obviously, yeah, yeah, and then you got the fun things from all the Disney worlds, and they got like techno areas for the fun technological worlds, and then the open world area. There's gonna have to be a battle theme. Like it's like you got it. They got the best battle theme in the entire world, and yeah, it just fits this world really really well. And I think like overall with the storyline, it can fit like because Kingdom Hearts can go into some it can go into some pretty dark places as well. So when things do get serious and like the redemption part of this storyline, which is kind of where we're taking it, we can have those serious parts of the music. And then obviously, I just want simple and clean, just playing this the intro. I just want to hit that, and then I just want to hear simple and clean just playing as the little cutscene of Ezio walking through a city hits. I'm just like, let's go. I'm playing this game right now.
Can't believe you didn't do NHL hits.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine
I know,
playing
like
this game and then some Limp Biscuit coming on?
not even like I just should have picked Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 or something
Oh
like that at
man,
that point.
yeah.
But like I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, all right, I can't be having Limp Biscuit playing as I'm walking through the grass right
Oh,
now.
imagine if the boss
Like it,
came up and then you just went, "Put your hands up." I'd be hyped.
like the not even that, it's like the cops come, they're like, put your hands. Alrighty. Art style. All right, so I think you guys at this point just know I love JRPGs at this point. Honestly, the art style I'm going for here, and this is just the user interface, the art style. Yeah, I love the art style of the Persona series. I love it, man. Like Persona 5,
It would fit.
particularly, like it just fits, man. It's a vibe, dude. Like the art style with the red and the black, the UI interface. Because in my mind, even though we're not gameplay is not a category, it's playing like a typical turn-based JRPG at this point. It's not really an open world aspect, like thing where you like jump and stuff like that. Like it's a JRPG in the sense like it's got the vibes where it's just Persona 5's aesthetic. I mean, Jake, I think you might have seen a couple things here or there on Persona 5. It literally has the aesthetic down to a T. Like, I don't know how else to describe the art
Is it
style,
like
the
it's
aesthetic.
almost like cartoony 2D in a 3D
Yeah,
aspect?
yeah, it's like it's very anime-esque, like in the way they portray the characters, but it's also like just the vibe of the world, like the little colors that are coming out of the open world area. The pause menu, the attack menu. Like it's just got style to it. Like when you click on any of the newer Persona games, specifically Persona 5 and Persona 3 Reload, and they're it's just the vibe. You're clicking it and you're playing a Persona RPG. It's the interface, it's the art style. Like 10 out of 10. I mean, I could easily have gone for like some hyper realistic. I could have went like GTA 5. I could have went like Witcher 3 art style, like for like graphic fidelity for like a really cool open world. But I just want this game to be a fucking vibe, dude. And right now,
Yeah.
it's just with a vibe of the aesthetic, with the music of Kingdom Hearts. Like it's just, bro, give it to me. Give it.
Give it to me
Take
now.
my. Where's my?
There's the wallet. He's
Alrighty, Jake,
throwing it
give
at the
me your art
wall.
style.
My art style, I would like to go on a similar route. I don't want massive, high graphic fidelity. I don't want to do on the grass like you've said in previous in previous episodes, Luke. Um, I do like the Zelda art style, which would be
Okay.
fitting because it's in Hyrule. But I think
Yeah.
if I could take Hollow Knight and 3Dify it, so it's not a platform, like it's not a platformer. I want that black and white type vibe with little splashes of color that point to places where you need to go. So most of the world is like a grey black, but then when you come to the forest, it's all bright greens, bright reds, and it makes the colors pop and it separates the character. So I'm gonna go with Hollow Knight. Um,
Okay.
but in
Neat. I like that.
but in a 3D fashion. I don't like this game
Oh,
doesn't want to be a platformer, especially and I don't think you have you seen Nobody's World? I don't know what
no,
it's
I have
called.
not.
It's like a similar to Binding of Isaac in a way, but very
Okay.
that type of art style. Nobody's World is very it's cartoony and loopy, and it's meant to be like you could do anything. Anything can happen. Stuff can blow up and then become a certain thing, and then it's all random. It's meant to be random. And I would like that art style of the game. Saying that, Kratos in the middle of Hollow Knight would probably help because I'm garbage at that game. I'm absolutely, I'm absolutely garbage at that game. I that
Yeah.
is to start on platformers. I never really played Mario, but to start
Mhm.
Hollow Knight as a first platformer, I was like, oof. And I don't know how far I got. I did about 9 streams on it and got to like the second boss.
Oh my gosh. I never watched you play Hollow Knight, and
Oh, it was
I honestly
infuriating.
know I know how great of a game Hollow Knight is. I have not played it. I honestly cannot like imagine what it looks like right now to save my life because I've never really been like into those kind of games, like even from a watch a viewer perspective. But that is sick though. I like it. I like it.
Yes.
I like
So
your game, Jake.
it's we got some good ones. I do think you've trumped me again, though. I think you've followed. Mine's more of a mishmatch of just stuff that I love,
Yeah,
like in one.
that's
Whether it
fair.
would
That's
flow as a
fair though.
game is another story. But you've got it like a
Well,
very
well,
concise.
here's
Go on.
I was gonna say, well, here's the catch, Jake. You're gonna have to sell it, right? You gotta sell it to the audience. So before like we officially wrap up, I'm literally going to give you a ASMR esque video game trailer right now for this game because I want y'all to buy this game. All right. Just like I'm gonna cut it in right now. So, title of the game: Assassin's Creed Redemption. All right, like that's what it's called. All right, it's just called Assassin's Creed Redemption. All right, so taking you to the wonderful world, Assassin's Creed Redemption. We're starring a not a young, an older Ezio Auditore. He's lived a life of a lot of killing a lot of people, and turns out his family's been captured. Right, they've been captured. They know what Ezio is all about, and he's gonna have to right the wrongs of his deeds in the past because the person who's captured his family, little does he know, he ended up killing his family, killed his dad, just like Ezio's dad was killed. Had no reason for this to happen. He was a young boy, right? And so we see Ezio and this brand new world that he's been in. He's traveled to some weird. He got stuck in the Animus, and he's gotten transported to the entire new world. Now he's walking around. He's finding these things, and he's traveling and meeting all these types of people. He's Da Vinci's there. I don't know how Da Vinci got there, but Da Vinci's familiar faces from his past are popping up, right? And he's trying to redeem for what he's done. He's realized, like, yes, he did it for the creed, he did it to solve the issues, but he knows that people had to die, and he probably ruined a lot of lives. He's dealing with that and battling that. That being said, you're going around, you're killing a lot of creatures, you're working with, his ragtag groups. He's got Da Vinci in the back, he's got Machiavelli on his side. You got somehow the Pope's back here helping him out, and you got his uncle Mario behind him as well, the great party system. You know, flashy art style guys, Persona 5 to the T, right? But it's even flashier than you can think of. High colors everywhere. Hit the pause menu. You're vibing to the Kingdom Hearts Simple and Clean soundtrack, just playing on loop. There's no other song, guys. I'm just kidding. It's just Simple and Clean the entire way through. Serious moment, simple and clean. But at the end of the day, guys, it's just a great game. So buy it. All right, I'm buying it. Take my money.
MSRP
We
$200.
take cash. We take cash, card, app, Bitcoin. We're coming to Game Pass, PlayStation Gold, within like the first week. Honestly, I'll give it to you guys for free. Right, like
Released
just take it.
exclusively on the Switch free.
Switch 3. All right, Switch 3. Buy it.
Buy it now. How do I even title this? This is God of War Returns to the Kingdom. No. Uh,
It's just God of War returns. The God of War returns to the kingdom. Like
um,
his name's not fucking Kratos.
no, it's just
It's God of War return to the kingdom. I like the tagline is like the trailer for this. It's just some guy going, "God of War, return to the kingdom. We need you."
and then a big war horn. No, we're gonna
Keep
go
going.
with
Just-
God of War number 1.5.
okay.
No, this is God, what is it? Yeah, it's gonna be um, God of War colon Kratos returns to Sparta, and it's gonna be Hyrule is now becoming Sparta. We're only taking the world as what it is. Um, this is where you play as Kratos. You come back from the myth of the well as Zeus has reincarnated you after Odin defeated you, following on from Ragnarok. You've got the quest line of big, heavy hitting monsters as you traverse the world, as in the middle of the land, towers upon every hill and valley stands Mount Olympus. Your quest is to go up there and finish Zeus once and for all. In the art style of Hollow Knight, where everything is dark and black, once you defeat Zeus, the color will be returned to the world. Darkness will be sought after until Almighty are defeated. On the way, you'll be battling a variety of bosses, whether it be a giant lava slug or an aviated cannon bird. All to the music of a saxophone. No, that's probably the
That's
best I
great.
could do. And that's God of War.
I'm
It's
not gonna
basically
lie.
what, yeah,
Yeah,
it could
you,
sell. It could sell.
you had me there. Then you said the saxophone, and then you lost me. And I was like, oh, I was like, oh.
All to the sound of a Renaissance France. No,
There
like
you go.
you'll see it when you hear the Expedition 33 music, Luke. It will be retailing in stores at $15 because it's technically an indie game at this point.
I mean, I think there's I think
Only on
I
Steam.
read somewhere. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. No, that's cool though. I like it. That was fun. I enjoyed
It was
this. I
good.
enjoyed this a
Good.
lot. It was good. So, guys, I guess in the comments, just let us know what game you would like to play. If you would like to play both, like I said, we can just lock Jake downstairs and he can just make it on his computer at some point. We'll
I
have to
highly
get Nick in
doubt it, but
for
I'll give it a go.
we'll have to we'll have to get Nick in here for a while, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. I am just kidding. But honestly, guys, it was a lot of fun. Honestly, guys, just if you want to play along with us as well, like definitely like let us know what kind of game world that you would like to have. I mean, obviously, guys, we just really like video games here, and we just thought it'd be really cool to just take some pictures of our own game, get in the mind of a developer. I think what we've learned today, mostly, Jake, is honestly it's kind of hard to develop a game.
I ain't
I'm like,
slating any creator ever again.
yeah, I mean, we're not creating anything from scratch. We just took games themselves, like taking Expedition 33 just for a quick example before we go. These guys had a lot of inspirations, right? But they created their own game. They were a small ass team. They developed the music, they developed the characters, the storyline, the character design. And this was a group of 7 people. Like, I don't know how big. I think I read somewhere it was like 7 or 8. A very small group of people in this studio made this game, and it just goes to show, like, guys, just support the games that you like, because it takes a lot to really make these great games that we do love. We only took five aspects of a basic game where there's just so much into it. So if you love games, make sure you guys go out there and support it for sure. But overall, it was a lot of fun. Jake, any closing comments before we wrap up?
No, really I enjoyed this format. We'll maybe apply it to
Yeah.
something else later down the line. I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
what we'll apply it to, but we can go into genres of games.
Yeah.
This
Good.
that would make it more specific, which would
Yeah.
definitely help me because I'm too I'm 2 for 2 on, losses here versus Luke. I need to pull
Well,
one back at some point.
we'll let the audience choose for that one, guys. Next one, we'll do best. We'll create your own farming sim. All right, but guys, that will do us for us this week. I've been Luke. That has been Jake, and we will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye bye.